not, or if everything is plugged in correctly. I have no idea. This is just a learning curve for me, but we'll get it. So I hope everybody is well. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail today, we are going to be talking about Veronica Shaw, aka Chef P, aka Pink Sauce Lady. So, if you're not familiar with who Veronica Shaw is, or should I say Chef P, I don't know if she's actually a working chef or if she's an enthusiast or an aspiring chef. I'm not sure. But she made her debut summer of 2022 on TikTok. She basically created a vibrant pink sauce, a dipping sauce, where she showed herself using it in a variety of ways on chicken, burgers, tacos, what have you. And she was able to go viral and amass this huge, huge following. Um, and so, like many other people, when they go viral using a product or something that they made, something that they enjoy. Um, for whatever reason, they think, I'm going to go into business, right? And so that's what Chef P did. She decided to manufacture the sauces in a mass production and sell them. And unfortunately, it did not go well for her. She was not willing to disclose what type of ingredients were in the sauce. People were wondering, what is that? How did you get it to be so vibrant? What are you using to get it to be pink? What does it taste like? Does it have dairy? Is it gluten free? All of the things that you would inquire about, when you're looking to try a new product that, you're going to consume. And so she would not tell anybody what was in the product at all. She just wanted you to look at it and admire it and make her rich, allegedly. Okay. So she shipped out, she claims 200,000 bottles. And unfortunately, it was not good for her. She received so much backlash. People were reporting that either their product never showed up, it showed up damaged, it combusted due to the dairy that was in the sauce. And as you all know, you cannot leave dairy out too long without it being refrigerated. So I don't know if you've ever had like maybe a carton of milk that, was in the refrigerator too long, or maybe you left it out accidentally. It'll start to swell. And that is the toxins from the bacteria from the temperature of the product going too low. Usually below 32 degrees is how you're supposed to store milk. Anything above that, you're in trouble. And so she did not use proper cooling or refrigeration techniques when she shipped her product. And, it just caused all of this havoc. And a lot of people were just, bashing her. And especially given the fact that she coined herself the chef or whatever, you would think that she would know, about safe food services and things like that. And, or I should say, safe serve protocol. But nonetheless, she became very defensive and, she basically said we were all hating on her and all of the things like that. And um, it just was a bad look for her. It was a bad look. And so I guess to try to redeem herself and get garner some sympathy, she made an appearance on a talk show that I don't even know if it's on TV or not, but it ended up damaging her name further. There was a consumer that actually was invited to the show to have a conversation with Chef P, and she did nothing but basically berate this girl and make her or try to make her feel bad about just being conscious about the product. And so that didn't go over well. So then we didn't hear from her for a little bit, and Dave's Gourmet tried to come in and save the day. They actually signed a contract with her to reformulate her sauce, make it shelf stable, clean up the ingredients a little bit, get a good label on there, and basically adhere to FDA regulation so that she could mass produce this product. So her product landed on the shelves of Walmart and it did not do well. And so some time passed, and then Chef P decided that it was a good idea to blame Dave's Gourmet for her lack of sales, her lack of progress. She had um, stated that she was on the verge of being homeless and that she basically had only $2 to her name. And it was because of Dave's Gourmet, because they were not doing what she said and they were not bringing in the money for her. Okay. And then lastly, Dave's Gourmet said, you are not going to do that to us. You are not going to tarnish our bad name. And so they came with the receipts. And I don't think Chef P has had anything to say after that. So, me with my nosy self, I went back and just dug up some footage just from her journey itself. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already seen them, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I can do that. And so we are going to start with the very first video. Well, it wasn't the very first video, but it's basically a video of her trying to defend herself because people again were letting her know like, hey, you have not followed full protocol. You got dairy in this product and you're not shipping it correctly and you're going to get people sick. They were warning her about botulism, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. You can get it from like canned foods that are expired, again, spoiled. Dairy, anything that's pretty much packaged and sealed or supposed to be sealed, pressure sealed. If it's not canned properly, not stored properly, you can get botulism, which can end up being fatal for you. So they were just trying to, help her out or whatever, and she just wasn't having it. So let's take a look at somebody I think got this from TikTok and kind of remixed it. And I apologize, I forgot where I got it from, and I hope they don't come after me. Please don't. But here's a quick TikTok of her defending herself.
Not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that.
So, this was just outrageous given the fact that again, she's supposed to be a chef. Everybody knows FDA stands for Food and Drug Administration, and they are instrumental in making sure that certain additives that are, placed in food for safety, color, preservatives, flavor are, safe to be consumed. Also, they regulate labeling. And, if you're not labeling your products correctly, you can get sued by your consumer. So they can file a product liability claim against you and your product will be recalled. And that's just nothing but a headache. So it's apparent that Chef P did not do her due diligence prior to um, even shelving, or I should say packaging this product and sending it out. So my gripe with her is that all of us want to be successful, all of us want to have a certain status, we want to be comfortable with our lives, we want to make money and be able to enjoy that money. And this whole situation is basically proof that just because you have a craft, you're good at your craft, it does not mean you have to turn that into a business. And that is what she did. So I really truly believe that the reason why the pink sauce was able to um, blow up the way that it did on social media is because nobody had ever seen anything like that. We're used to traditional sausage. You got your ranch, hot sauce, ketchup, and whatnot. You've never seen anything like that. And she knew that. And it's great. She took advantage of being able to garner attention from, the media or whatever, but that was not, an immediate sign to just go out and buy some bottles from Amazon and, make this sauce in your kitchen, which I'm sure has not passed any type of health inspection or whatever, and you just bottle this product up. You're not in a space where you can mass produce anything or whatever. And you just thought, okay, well, I can box it up, I can ship it out, I've made it, I can stop working. This sauce is going to work for me. No business acumen, whatever, whatsoever. And it's just, originally I was feeling sad for her, but then when I saw and heard about how nasty she treated other people, that went away immediately. Your consumer base is what's either going to make or break you. And if people are coming to you and saying, hey, I received this and it was spoiled, or the package exploded, or, the ingredients that you placed in here, I'm allergic to, or, I just can't have, there is no reason for you to become defensive and just blow everybody off and coin everybody a hater, because that's unrealistic. Okay. Yeah, you got to have tough skin while, in business, but at the same time, you have to be able to take constructive criticism and be able and willing to improve. And she did not want to do that. She still does not want to do that. Um, and it sucks because it makes other women who want to be business owners, who may have a great idea, that don't know where to start. You make them look bad with your poor attitude, with your lack of resources, with your unwillingness to locate resources, you not wanting to listen to anything that anybody says. It makes you look bad, and it makes it hard for the next person that wants to have an opportunity to break into the food industry. Okay. Um, yeah, so I don't really know what to say about her after that. I just don't know. But I do have another clip, and this clip is when she got drug all through social media, and um she decided to go on a talk show, and I can't think of the guy's name or whatever. I think it's Karamu or somebody. I think he was on a reality show or something before. I don't know much about him, and I'm not gonna lie about it. But she went on there. I think it's just, like I said, a way for her to um, garner sympathy from us. And nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to see you cry. Everybody is having a hard time when, in business. We all struggle, even if you're not a business owner. It's just things in life that you go through, but you learn. And she wasn't apologetic about anything or whatever. She didn't want to hear anything that anybody had to say. And like I said, there was a customer that actually went on the show to talk to her or whatever, and she just shut her down and just made her feel like trash. Um, and so I'm gonna quickly try to find that video and see if I can play it. I can't remember exactly how long it was, but let me see if I can pull it up real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to play the audio part of it. I am not going to pull up the video at all. And I will break for commentary. So if you don't want to hear what I have to say, that's cool. You can Google or go on YouTube and look for the video. It is still up there. And we're just going to dive right into this.
People use social media as a financial resource, a way to support themselves, which is great. But one mistake on social media when running a business could cost you more than you think. That's exactly what happened to my next guest. Y'all know Pink Sauce from TikTok, right? Yeah, okay. So Chef P says her online business quickly went downhill when her social media followers and customers turned on her. Everyone, welcome Chef P to the show. How you doing, gorgeous? Yes, nice to meet you. So tell me about the pink sauce. What inspired that?
Between the years of 2018 and 2020, I battled with anxiety, and I started using dragon fruit to build the levels of magnesium in my body. Mm-hmm. That's how I became fond of the coloring of the red dragon fruit. Mm-hmm. And the pink sauce was created.
Okay, why do you think it went viral overnight?
Because it's extremely unique, and everyone was super curious about it.
So I want to know this because first of all, I'm gonna give it up to you big time because if I ever hear of a black woman that is creating her own business, big up, okay?
Thank you.
Because that is powerful. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
and thank you.
We have a world that tells you that you're not able to pursue these things, you're not able to do these things. So big up. But when
Yes.
it comes to the pink sauce, do you think you rushed the business a little bit? Because it sounded like you was like, oh, I want to do this. I like fruit. Okay, cute. I didn't really hear a lot of planning there.
Yeah, so I did plan. However, I didn't realize that it was gonna take off like so fast.
Okay, and this is where I call BS. Yeah, you saying that you planned, there was absolutely no way that you planned because had you planned, you would have had everything in place. So you would have checked to make sure that, again, the additives that you decided to use in that sauce were regulated by the FDA. You would have reached out to make sure that you had a manufacturer that can help you with mass production. You would have made sure that if you decided to use your kitchen, that it was approved by the state, by a health inspector, so that you can safely make sauce in your kitchen for production for you to ship it out. You would have had the proper packaging, okay? You would have had the proper marketing. You never mentioned anything about a taste test team that can tell you if your product was good or bad, if it needs tweaking. You would have known about refrigeration. God, and it goes on and on. So no, it wasn't any plan. You were taken aback by the response from TikTok and you decided, okay, all of these people are interested in what I'm doing. And so you decided, okay, I'm going to make a quick buck. Like, just stop.
In planning everything, I literally had 120 units like starting off on my own in my own kitchen. So this thing like blew up
Overnight.
overnight.
So how many orders did you receive immediately?
A few thousand.
And you only had 120 units.
I only had 120 units starting off.
See,
Yes.
that's the power of social media. That's
Yes.
the good.
So why would you allow yourself to take a few thousand orders knowing that you didn't have enough product to fulfill a few thousand orders? That doesn't make sense at all.
Good side of it. It's like, okay, I got this thing, I got the business, but you weren't ready for it.
No.
Did you have a negative response from your customers?
Yes.
Why?
I made a mistake.
Well, I'm glad you're at least admitting to that.
There was a packaging mistake. So initially, someone who received the first order was someone that I knew personally. So she called me like, girl, my package looks horrific.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, we have to put it in. Like, we have to stop all of these orders, contact each and every customer. We contacted everyone directly, meaning single emails, and let them know, hey, the shipment got damaged. We're aware of this. We will either refund you or send you a brand new bottle of pink sauce. And, you know, we did offer exclusivity, like, you know, just special offers to our customers, letting them know, like, hey, we care. And
You handled your business like a boss. She was like, I made a mistake. I'm going to rectify it.
yes.
That is not handling business like a boss whatsoever. Because here's the thing. Why would you try to ship out hundreds of bottles of a product, a food product, without knowing how it will stand up in any type of weather? We're talking the summer time when you chose to ship out a dairy product with no cooling, no dry ice. You didn't offer overnight shipping, nothing. So you're telling me that you just took a chance and hoped and prayed that it was going to arrive okay. And so you sent it to your homegirl and she tells you, oh, this didn't come right. And so now you got to hurry up and send all of these people emails that the shipment was damaged and now they can't get their stuff.
Okay. Because I need to know, when did you start receiving the backlash and what was that backlash saying?
Okay, so there was a young lady on social media. She took it as the moment to say, hey, this is my moment to become viral. And that is what happened. She became
No, no.
viral from posting that video.
So this is someone who got one of your products
Yes.
and saw that maybe if I post about this, I'm going to get attention for saying, hey, pink sauce is wrong, pink sauce is this.
Yes. So, I mean, it was so bad, even down to someone lying about their own death. I mean, it was just horrible. And my son saw that video first. I walked in the door and just see my son laying on the floor like, did my mom kill somebody?
Oh, my God.
You know?
And that was all in the backlash from people getting online.
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. She's gonna have to grow up because you decided to use social media as your marketing tool, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. Social media to me is the best way to market. It's free. It has a wide reach. Okay. You can be as creative as you want to, as informative as you need to be. Um, but what she has to understand is that the way social media works is that if you are advertising a product, okay, and let's say 20 people purchase this product and you don't have a website, they're just saying, hey, I want a bottle, of this sauce, right? You are depending on these people to leave you some type of review so that other people will want to use that information to either purchase from you or not purchase from you. Now, granted, there are some people, on social media that their main objective is just to cause mayhem. I get that. But I refuse to believe that there was somebody that was like, oh, you know what? I'm looking for a viral moment. Let me take $20, buy this sauce, create some lies, and tear up your life. Girl, bye.
Saying things about you.
Yes.
So this one mistake of packaging with your pink sauce
Yes.
turned into people creating exaggerated stories about your product, about everything that's going on.
Yes. Under 50 orders.
And it just blew up with negativity.
Yes.
So I heard that because of the negative backlash in the comments, you went into financial ruins and you basically had to move out of your house?
Well, no. I moved out of my house for safety.
Oh.
I was receiving threats. People were sending me my address. They were telling me that they were going to post it on social media. There were people calling me with random events, like calling me out of my name, racial slurs.
So this is somebody who sent you a...
Now, while I do not condone violence whatsoever, this is another way that I know she did not have a plan. Because when you have a business and you're running it out of your home, you don't use your home address. How did they find out who you were? How? Maybe they did look online, but 9 times out of 10, you probably used your home address and now you getting harassed. And then you talking about under 50 orders were only messed up. That's a lot. 50 people are coming to you complaining that their order's wrong and you just shrugging it off, talking about it was only a packaging mistake. Ma'am.
message saying that what? These are like your address, your telephone number, all this stuff that they were putting online?
Yes. So they were like, oh, we can negotiate. This isn't, and then afterwards they were like, oh, this isn't blackmail. And then I'm like, okay, but why are you sending my personal information? Yeah, I would say over 15 people.
You did that?
Yes.
More than one, I'd have been scared, especially with a child.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? You doing a business online, then all of a sudden people are dissatisfied, so they start to threaten you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is horrible. So even with that, why are you so passionate about the pink sauce?
Because it's me. It's my legacy. I'm literally the foundation for my children, for everyone around me, for growth. And, I'm raising 2 young men. And this simple mistake, like I tell them, making a mistake sometimes can be, detrimental, or it can impact you tremendously. And I feel like I'm leading an inspiration to them. You can do whatever you want to do. you put your mind to that and you do that.
What's making you emotional?
Um, I guess just releasing everything that I'm saying. Um, and, I was a teen mom. My kids are like my best friends. Everyone in the world thinks I'm a horrible person. I created this sauce for fun in food.
What I appreciate about your vulnerability with these tears right now is that I know that we're talking about pink sauce and this is fun and things of that, but this is what I mean when I say social media has these negative effects on us that sometimes we don't even realize.
Right.
You start talking about people posting these things, and it's like in the moment you're like, oh, this is crazy or whatever, but after a while that affects your psyche.
Yes.
That affects your soul.
Yes.
He has a point. It does. But see, here's the thing. Again, had you did your due diligence, okay, had you had the right people on your team, or even if you had a team, had you taken your time to make sure that every single aspect was correct to the best of your ability, you could have avoided this. The fact that ran off with this idea without making sure everything was in place. And then it's not even that, because I think people overall wanted to see you do well. And there's still a lot of people that are rooting for you. Okay. It's how you handle things. You can't in one breath, I'm sorry, I messed up. And then in the next breath, you going off, dragging people and being so defensive. You're not open to criticism, constructive or not. That's business. There are so many businesses that are big businesses now that in their beginning stages they effed up as well, and guess what, they kept going. They got the right people on their team. They sat down. They came up with another plan. It probably failed. They came up with another one. They did what they had to do to get where they are now. So you can't get upset because of people that have spent their hard-earned money on a product that was very new. It wasn't even a month old before you started selling it, and it didn't come out right because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. She doesn't understand, okay? When it comes to food, people will try food based off what type of feeling they get from it. So let's take Thanksgiving. We're headed into Thanksgiving 2023, right? And for most, if not all families, it is a family tradition. You may have your mother and your grandmother in the kitchen cooking the big, meals. You have your aunties cooking the side dishes. Maybe a cousin is bringing over some treats, or maybe the other aunties are making, the treats. Somebody's bringing plates and cutlery. You got somebody bringing the beverages. Everybody's coming together to make this meal. Then you guys are going to sit down. You're going to share memories. You're going to create new memories. When that's over, you got people watching the football game. You got people playing dominoes. Somebody's playing spades. The kids are outside running and playing with the leaves and the snow. These are memories. People connect food to memories, to feelings. Okay. And so just because you use dragon fruit as a way to soothe your anxiety, that's great if that works for you. But you can't automatically assume that everybody is going to enjoy what you created that works and what tastes good for you. You have trained your palate to enjoy foods that you make. You have learned to make foods that are soothing and comforting for you. That doesn't mean that everybody else is going to feel that way eating or tasting your sauce. That's just the way that it is. But had you had a team in place of maybe people that can taste your product and say, hey, maybe less of this and more of that. Or maybe you could have taken your time to really craft this product so that maybe you could have had one that was sweet, salty, maybe one that was savory, spicy. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. And not only that, it was just so inconsistent as far as color, as far as texture. You just dropped the ball here and you're mad at the wrong people. You cannot be mad at the general public for having an honest opinion about money that they spent thinking that they were going to have the same feeling that you did when you spread it on all of this food that you've used it on. And, the feeling and the joy that you get from eating that, other people were expecting to have that same experience, and unfortunately, they didn't. And that is why we are here.
When we get back, we're going to talk to one of your customers and fellow TikTok influencers, Allie. I think she's one of the people that you said kept on with the harassment, right?
Yes.
Well, we got to hear more about that when we come back.
Summarize, surmise, opine. Okay. Um, Allie is a social media, I think, influencer who purchased the pink sauce in hopes that it would be good. She basically said that she was a sauce girl and she was excited to try the pink sauce. It was pretty, and she just was excited about trying it like everybody else that took the opportunity to purchase it from her. Okay. And she said when she received the package, it was intact. The bottle was a little bloated, and she still decided to, give her a fair chance or what have you. She said the sauce didn't really taste like she expected it to taste. She said it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great. But unfortunately, she did find a speck of glitter in her bottle. And so she decided to send the product off to a lab to make sure that it didn't have any type of bacteria in it, which she was well within her right to do. Well, Chef P didn't like that. Okay. She didn't like the fact that Allie took to social media to quote unquote blast her or whatever. And she felt like Allie should have, instead of making a video on TikTok, she should have reached out to Chef P to basically have a meeting with her about what she should do differently, or basically school her on safe serve practices as it relates to food, packaging, and things of that nature. And I call BS again, because no, she shouldn't have done that, because you just sat up here and said that you planned. And had you planned and planned properly, then you would have known all of that already and you would not have rushed and sent this product out. You came for the wrong person. And then you didn't even have the nerve, the temerity to apologize, to her. You sat up there and said the girl was not special, which I don't know what she meant by that. And then the guy, the host, sat up here and tried to shame Allie for having an opinion about a product that she spent her money on. All of it was asked backwards, if you ask me. And I'm just outdone. I am just taken aback. I am blown away. Okay. I'm gonna end it there because I don't want this video to be too long. But this video is the actual um interview or talk show with her and Allie are still on YouTube. If you search Pink Sauce Lady on talk show, I think that's what I did, it will come up. I will be back with a part two. And in part two, I want to go over this rant that she went on after she feels like the team that took her under her wing did not do what she felt that they should have done. This girl's a trip. I hope you enjoyed me running my mouth, y'all. I look forward to